Candace Owens has accepted the challenge from Andrew Wilson to debate him. It is official. I'm JP. This is JP Truth Probe. Welcome in. If you missed yesterday's video, we covered how Candace Owens accepted the challenge from Andrew Wilson. He was on Joe Rogan, and he offered her $300,000 to debate him. Candace had no idea. She got wind of it somehow, and she found the clip. Now it's official that she has accepted. But before accepting, she had to go through several stipulations. First of all, she kind of put on the table that there's many conditions that have to be met before we do this debate. It can't just be willy-nilly. So she did put forth several things, and then Andrew, they went back and forth, and Andrew has finally agreed to the conditions, and Candace agreed to the conditions, and now they're going to go forward with it. So let's go through it point by point, and let's just see what all went back and forth, and I'm here to cover that for you guys. And also, if you missed yesterday's video talking about this, I'll link the video to this video so you can watch it. Okay, let's start first real quick, just a quick recap of yesterday.
We offered Candace Owens, I offered her $300,000 to do a debate. I was like, we'll give you $300,000.
What is her position? What does she think happened?
She thinks that it worked in conjunction with TPUSA and Erica Kirk to murder Charlie.
Okay, so we know that Andrew made this claim on Joe Rogan. I think it's been pretty much spread all over X that this claim is out there. So we don't really have to go into it too much. Mostly we're going to be looking at Twitter, X today, and kind of how they went back and forth. Candace, after Candace's show yesterday, where she said that she would do it as long as Andrew agreed to $500,000 and then several other stipulations that she made. So the $500,000 and those things were addressed in Andrew's reply today on X. And so Andrew said, well, let me counter back to you. He said $500K is fine, and I will crowdfund it. $1 million, actually, so I get 500 as well. So he wants 500, and Candace gets 500. Travel there is fine on neutral ground. Can't be in her studio. That's a ridiculous ask. I suggest Michael Knowles moderate. If you don't know who Michael Knowles is, this is Michael Knowles. I'll play it just a little bit.
Quote, a burrito shouldn't cost $20. Yeah, a lot of this is hangover from COVID and Biden-era inflation, but
I'm sure most of you have seen him. He's talking about the $20 burrito, and that's kind of a hot topic today. He also says that the debate has to be 3.5 hours with long cross-examinations. She can go first. This is Andrew talking. Candace, she can go first and examine any view of mine on the Kirk assassination as long as I get an hour and a half cross-exam. I understand she's pregnant, so if she needs a break after an hour and a half to walk around, that's fine. For $500K, 3.5 hours is plenty reasonable. Lastly, the only stipulation I can't agree to is the TPUSA has to claim Andrew thing. This is just requesting we both lie. I don't work for TPUSA, and I never have. I did one contract. I represent myself. This would be like asking her to claim she's representing Tyler Robinson. She is representing herself. Okay, so that was his counter to Candace. Now, this goes back and forth a bit. I won't read all of it. I'm going to kind of point out the major back and forth. Candace came back with, so the rich, tough guy who had $300K to burn now only wants to do it if he can make $500K. She says, absolutely not. Here's my final offer. I'll accept your initial $300K, but I want it in person in my studio to overcome your suspicion that my team of 3 will be working against you. You can bring your own team of 3 to sit in the control room with them and assist the live fact checks. They will only be used to fact check because you proved on Joe Rogan that you'll lie, accuse people of working with the left and laundering money if you don't have an actual point. Again, you can bring your own team of 3 as well, and your hand-picked moderator to confirm that there are no tricks. I accept your moderator, Michael Knowles. I'm happy to do this week, no time limit. We are debating the case against Tyler Robinson and the surrounding evidence. That is the final offer, which is effectively your initial offer, my place. So she's saying my place. Okay, so that's one. Now this goes on a little bit longer, and Andrew came back and said, can I get clarification? It's Friday, so you mean next week? Like, would next Friday work? Second, the topic itself of all claims made by yourself about the case pertaining to Tyler Robinson and Charlie's assassination are on the table, and we each get an hour to cross-examine the other many claims. The rest of the format, I can give a proposal on, including opening statements and rebuttals if you want. So he's kind of still nitpicking about the details. Now, Candace comes back. Sure, you can get a clarification. Yes, next Friday would work for me. Yes, you can bring your cameraman if it makes you feel better. So now you're approved to bring 4 members of your team, plus a cameraman, plus I have just approved your moderator. For clarity, this makes your team bigger than my own, and I am fine with this. No, you don't get to add this weird stipulation regarding a 1-hour cross-examination. You've been requesting a debate since May. We will debate the Tyler Robinson case and evidence which you claim is overwhelming. And I said, as long as it takes. No time limit. If you feel it can be done in 3.5 hours, then great. If you need longer, then we keep going. Okay, that sounds reasonable. Andrew comes back with, then we have an agreement. If it's still an if you agree to have your claims cross-examined. This debate isn't specific to just the evidence against Tyler Robinson by the state. That's improper framing. It's a debate also about your claims regarding this case and Kirk's assassination. Do you agree you also need to support claims you have made as well? If so, then I agree to the terms. Also, no personal attacks and ad hominems. If one is made, that person loses by default, enforced by the moderator. Do we have terms? If so, say so, and we'll book it for Friday. Now, he's asking about the claims that Candace has made in the past. This is where the confusion is. This is where they're going to lose. Candace will do, I already know she's going to do this. I don't even have to speculate. She's going to come back and say, okay, before you can make me defend a claim that you say that I've made, you're going to have to prove that I have made this claim. So, for instance, if they say, Candace, you have made the claim that there has been a conspiracy, a collaboration between Erica Kirk, members of Charlie's security team, and a foreign country to kill Charlie Kirk. There was a plot, basically. So defend that. Well, she's going to say, okay, show me where I have said that. Show me where I've made that claim. And if they can't produce a video that shows her specifically making the claim, not one of her YouTubers, supporters, not some other obscure person on X, that this actually has to actually come from Candace herself. This is where they're going to lose because Candace has not made those claims. She has asked the questions. This is the difference, and this is what they don't understand. They're just assuming that Candace has said things up to and including that Erica Kirk has murdered her own husband. This is completely ridiculous. There's nothing could be further from the truth. She's never said that. And the only thing she needs to say to win this type of argument would be to say, show me where I said that. Show me the clip. They won't be able to. Now, she's talked about those things. She's talked about this looks weird, or, what's up with this? What's going on with that? But she hasn't come out and made claims. She's only asked questions like it looks weird. What's going on with this? She's never said this has happened or Erica was involved. She's never said that. So this is where they will lose. Now, I kind of feel bad because if they see this video, I'm giving away the strategy. And I know this is what she's going to do. But I have to say it because it's pretty obvious to me, and I'm sure that's what's going to happen. And I can't wait to see the proof that they try to produce because they're not going to be able to. They won't. Okay, so Andrew posted that. Then Candace came back with, stop adding these stupid last-minute addendums. You lose by default if you use an ad hominem attack. Stop being so soft. The public will decide who is the winner and loser is, and you don't get to direct them in that judgment with some obscure fine print clause. I've literally never heard of a person trying to negotiate with an automatic win clause. LMAO. Laughing my butt off. Glad we've agreed. My team will reach out to you to iron out the details. And so it's see you on Friday, she says. So it sounds like it's like a done deal. Well, here comes Andrew. Can just clearly hear you say that I'm going to have to read the way I think he meant it. Can you just clearly can I just clearly hear you say that you understand you also have to defend your claims you have made in both this case and about the Kirk assassination. Also, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, also, I know unlimited time. I just wanted to clearly hear at least 3.5 hours, just avoiding confusion if possible. Wow, you're doing a hell of a job. Like for someone that's trying to avoid confusion, you're creating a lot of it. Okay, so then I don't know what happened. Like it didn't look like Candace responded to that, and he just maybe posted another thing. I couldn't find an in between. So Andrew comes back again and says, "This isn't fair at all. I am just agreeing anyways because that's what I'm used to. However, I will walk into the lion's den as always." So I guess playing the victim. I don't know. I heard some things. Andrew had apparently done some kind of a drunk podcast or messaging back and forth with somebody last night, and it was pathetic. I mean, he sounded like he was in need of help. He was quite drunk, deciding which beer to drink, and it was disturbing. And they weren't just text messages; they were like voice messages that he was texting, like a little text audio clip or something back and forth with somebody, and he just sounded like he was plastered. That's a bad place to be. I mean, I've been through my trials of addiction, and I've been clean and sober for many years, and I will never go back to that lifestyle. That is a hard lesson to learn, and for that, I feel sorry for Andrew. I do. So anyway, he said that again, and then Candace comes back with quotation, "This isn't fair at all, LOL." Like, what are you saying? And then she says, "How can we further accommodate you, Andrew? I've traveled to Los Angeles." Okay, now she starts to tell a story where she went to Los Angeles with 20 feminists to debate against her, and then she didn't get terms, and to bring, and, just going into all this stuff. She never once described it as unfair or the lion's den. I literally traveled with one person. So, she's saying, I've done this before. It's not that hard, honestly. It's just not. And for someone, Andrew thinks that Candace is going to try sneaky tricks. I mean, it's just exactly the opposite from what I've seen. Andrew will be the one to try these shout over, shout down attacks, and let's debate over the meaning of one single word for an hour, just to distract from the overall message. I mean, no, that's just not good. Let me know what you guys think about that part, because I heard your comments from yesterday, and they were really, really good, and I appreciate it. But yeah, drop your comments, what you think about this so far. So she did say that, and then she said, "Would you like us to provide lunch? How can we make this debate more cushiony for you so you don't pretend it's somehow unfair at the outset?" Okay, and that's pretty much where it was left off. So it has been accepted. I mean, it's accepted. They're supposed to debate next Friday, and of course, I'm going to keep you updated on that. I was reading on X a post where it said, this post is by Bren on X, Bren45000. He said what a lot of people are thinking. "I told you Candace Owens would weasel out and refuse to be cross-examined. She's the biggest coward I've ever seen. If she's so sure that her claims are airtight, if she really believes every piece of evidence is fabricated and the entire world is lying except her, then why won't she let Andrew cross-examine her?" Well, that's interesting, and I responded to his post on X, but I also said they're going to have to, like I said before, they're going to have to prove that these claims exist. When they say that she claims something, they better be ready to back it up with video evidence, because they can't just say it because her followers might have said something about that. That doesn't count. It needs to be what Candace said. So good luck finding that. I don't think you're going to be able to. In the future videos, I'm going to start reading like the top 1 or 2 comments from the previous episode, because we're getting some really good comments and things that I haven't even thought of. And that's kind of the idea, for us to kind of talk together and figure this thing out. I really do appreciate your messages. And even though there's some hate that comes through too, it's part of it, I guess. And I try to respond to as many of the comments as I can. But I do want you to respond and let me know your thoughts. And also follow me on X, because I'm on there and trying to build a following on X as well. And the X address is JP Truth Probe. And you can also email me at jptruthprobe@gmail.com. And I've been getting quite a few emails with pictures and videos and things like that, just to try to help out. And it really does. So I appreciate that. Okay, let me know what you think. And please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you liked it. Share the video with whoever you can. I'm going to keep doing updates. So you're going to know every step of the way. I will go through this stuff so that you guys don't have to. So just go ahead and subscribe, and then you'll have all the information right there at your fingertips. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.